What if I told you that the Dodgers dynasty could be about to give up one of its most valuable pieces? In the world of baseball, empires are built and dismantled through decisions that happen far from the public eye. Today, we dive into one of the hottest rumors of the MLB season, the possible transfer of Tony Gonsolin, an all-star with proven potential, to the iconic New York Yankees. Baseball has always been a sport where tradition and history intertwine like no other. When we talk about the Dodgers and Yankees, we're not just talking about teams. We're talking about institutions, legacies that transcend decades, with rivalries and trades that have shaped entire generations of fans. In 2022, Tony Gonsolin wasn't just an ordinary pitcher. He was an all-star with an impressive 16-1 record and 2.14 ERA, numbers that make any general manager dream. Today, this same athlete is potentially a valuable trading chip in a strategic chess game that could completely redefine the balance of power in the league. The city of Los Angeles is still celebrating its recent title, but in the offices of Dodger Stadium, the brilliant minds who built this championship team are already planning for the future. And in that future, Gonsolin might be wearing the Yankees pinstripes. Before we continue with this fascinating story that has the potential to alter the competitive landscape of the current season, I want to invite you to become part of our exclusive community of fans who follow the behind the scenes of MLB before everyone else. If you like to know about team movements even before they officially happen, hit the subscribe button right now and activate the notification bell. Only our subscribers will have access to complete analyses of possible trades like this one and others being discussed in the corridors of baseball power. Don't miss this unique opportunity to always stay ahead. The like button also tremendously helps us reach more passionate fans like you. The news shaking the leagues backstage comes directly from Newsweek Sports, where journalist Noah Camras suggests with considerable confidence that Tony Gonsolin, 2022 All-Star, might be heading to the historic Yankee Stadium. With the current champion Dodgers facing what we can call a luxury problem, an almost absurd abundance in the pitching department, and the Yankees desperately needing an immediate solution for their inconsistent rotation, the stage is perfectly set for one of the most strategic and impactful trades of the current season. The Dodgers situation is truly peculiar and unprecedented in the league's recent history. After Tyler Glasnow's recent injury, which by an enormous stroke of luck was diagnosed as merely leg cramps during the tense game against the Texas Rangers, the vital importance of having extraordinary depth in the bullpen becomes even more evident. Glasnow, who had to be removed at the beginning of the fifth inning after achieving 6 impressive strikeouts, demonstrates how fragile a pitcher's health can be, even for elite ones. The experienced manager Dave Robertson Glasnow himself assured in post-game interviews that he will be in full condition for his next start on Sunday, but the momentary scare already served as a powerful reminder of the unpredictability that defines the sport. "It's extremely frustrating," said Glasnow about previous injuries. "I wanted to come here to win a World Series and pitch in the postseason." This statement now resonates with even more force in the corridors of Dodger Stadium, where every decision is made with the defense of the conquered title in mind. Meanwhile, in the sophisticated backstage of the franchise, the Dodgers management faces a luxury dilemma that many teams only dream of having. With the expected return of Clayton Kershaw, a living legend of the sport Blake Snell, a Cy Young Award on the shelf, and the eventual and highly anticipated arrival of Shohei Ohtani to the mound, added international stars like Yoshinobu Yamamoto, the aforementioned Tyler Glasnow, and the phenomenon Roki Sasaki, there is simply no physical space nor sufficient opportunities for everyone. The luxury of having so many talents becomes a strategic puzzle, and it is precisely here that Tony Gonsolin enters the complex equation. Gonsolin didn't throw a single ball during the entire 2024 season after undergoing delicate Tommy John surgery, and, as if that wasn't enough, suffered a back injury at the end of spring training this year, further complicating his return. However, he is progressively approaching his much-anticipated return, conducting intensive rehabilitation sessions at Oklahoma City AAA, the Dodgers affiliate. The organization knows perfectly well that they have in their hands an all-star talent who, when completely healthy, is capable of dominating the most fearsome opponents with his varied arsenal of pitches. The fundamental problem? He may represent much more value for the team as a strategic trading chip than as part of the already overcrowded rotation of talents. The season advances rapidly, and every game matters in pursuit of playoff qualification. The Dodgers, always pragmatic, need to make difficult decisions at crucial moments. On the other side of the country, in cosmopolitan New York, the Yankees face exactly the opposite problem. Almost like an inverted mirror of the Dodgers situation. The rotation of the traditional Bronx Bombers has shown worrying fragilities and inconsistencies that threaten their ambitions in the current season. While the Dodgers have elite pitchers practically overflowing from the bench, the Yankees desperately need a reliable and consistent arm to strengthen their incessant pursuit of another title, something the franchise and its demanding fans so deeply desire. And instead of betting all their chips on extremely expensive names in the market, like Sandy Alcantara, who would cost a veritable fortune in valuable prospects, Gonsolin represents a more economically viable option with high potential for immediate technical return. The window of opportunity for the Yankees is not infinite, with their stars aging and heavy contracts limiting financial flexibility. A strategic addition like Gonsolin could be exactly the catalyst needed to transform the team's season. Let's analyze in detail what this trade would mean for both organizations in practical and strategic terms. For the Dodgers, it would be a golden opportunity to capitalize on an extremely valuable asset while still possessing an unquestionable elite rotation even without him. They could receive promising young talents or experienced players for positions of greater immediate need in return. Additionally, they would significantly alleviate the financial pressure and the complicated congestion in the pitching rotation, creating a clearer environment for everyone involved. The Dodgers are known for their ability to develop talent, and receiving prospects from the Yankees could mean the next generation of stars wearing blue in Los Angeles. Names like Jason Dominguez or Spencer Jones, although difficult to extract in negotiation, would certainly enter the initial conversations. As for the historic Yankees, Gonsolin would represent a calculated bet with high potential for return. If he manages to recover the extraordinary form that deservedly took him to the All-Star game in 2022, New York would have in their hands an absolute elite pitcher for a relatively low price, considering his proven talent. The team would significantly strengthen their inconsistent rotation without having to sacrifice their main jewels from the farm system, keeping intact a core that seeks to return glory to the most victorious franchise in baseball history. The numbers and advanced statistics don't lie and tell a clear story. When healthy and at the peak of his form, Gonsolin is indisputably one of the best pitchers in the entire league. His impressive 2.14 ERA in the 2022 season places him among the absolute elite of modern baseball pitchers. Comparatively, the Yankees' current pitchers have consistently struggled to maintain regularity in performances, making the desperate need for a reliable and talented arm like Gonsolin's even more evident and urgent. Gonsolin's refined mechanics, combined with precise control and varied repertoire of pitches, would be a perfect addition to Yankee Stadium. His splitter, in particular, is a devastating weapon against hitters from both sides of the plate, something the Yankees desperately need. Imagine the tremendous impact of this trade. An all-star pitcher of the highest category completely changing coasts, from sunny and relaxed California to the intense and relentless pressure in New York, the city that never sleeps and demands results. The profound consequences of this trade could literally redefine the course of the season for both teams in unimaginable ways. The Dodgers would lose some depth in the bullpen, certainly, but would gain in other crucial strategic aspects. The Yankees, in turn, would gain a potential ace for their problematic rotation, assuming the calculated risk of his complete physical recovery. It's a fascinating game of high risk and potentially very high reward that keeps the millions of passionate baseball fans literally on the edge of their seats, anxious for news. The implications go beyond the numbers. The locker room culture, the chemistry between players, the adaptation to new coaches and methodologies, all these intangible factors also weigh enormously in any trade of this magnitude. Gonsolin would have to adapt quickly to the monumental expectations of the Yankees fan base, known for their fervent passion and at times relentless criticism. The Dodgers, on the other hand, have built their recent dynasty not just with individual talents, but with an enviable organizational culture. Any trade must be evaluated not only for the technical talent involved, but for how it affects the delicate ecosystem that has made Los Angeles a dominant power. In historical terms, trades between Dodgers and Yankees always carry a special weight. These two franchises have defined eras in baseball, and when they collaborate in negotiation, the shock waves are felt throughout the league. From a historic Giancarlo Stanton trade to less remembered negotiations like Joey Gallo's, the impact transcends statistics and becomes part of the sport's folklore. Executives Andrew Friedman of the Dodgers and Brian Cashman of the Yankees are known as tough and astute negotiators. If this trade is really under discussion, we can expect a complex strategic dance where every detail will be meticulously evaluated before any agreement. And you, as a true connoisseur of the sport, what do you sincerely think of this possible movement that could shake the structures of the league? Would Gonsolin, wearing the pinstripe uniform in the Bronx, finally be the missing piece for the Yankees to win another much-dreamed-of title? Or should the Dodgers reconsider and keep their impressive arsenal of pitchers completely intact to ensure all possible chances in defending the championship they've won? Leave your detailed opinion in the comment below and actively participate in this fascinating conversation that is dominating baseball fan circles. If you really like this in-depth analysis, don't forget to leave your valuable like and immediately subscribe to the channel to continue receiving exclusive content like this. Next week, we'll bring you an absolute first-hand, complete, and detailed analysis of how Tyler Glasnow's situation might drastically impact the Dodgers' strategic plans for the remainder of the season. Are more surprising trades coming in the next few days? Don't miss a second of this exclusive content. The fascinating world of baseball never stops spinning and evolving, and while executives work tirelessly behind the scenes, we will continue bringing the hottest rumors and deepest analyses of the league directly to you. After all, in the sport we love, sometimes the movements we don't see happening before our eyes are exactly the ones that most profoundly impact the development of the game and franchises. And this possible historic trade between Dodgers and Yankees? It may be just the exciting beginning of a true revolution that will dramatically change the competitive landscape of MLB forever. The history of baseball is written not just on the diamonds, but also in the meeting rooms where trades are negotiated. Tony Gonsolin might be about to become the next chapter in this continuing story between two of the sport's greatest franchises. Only time will tell if this rumor will turn into reality, but one thing is certain. The eyes of the baseball world are fixed on this possibility. As the season progresses and the trade deadline approaches, pressure increases exponentially in both organizations. The Dodgers, defending their title, need to ensure that every player on the roster has a clear purpose. The Yankees, thirsty for a return to glory, cannot afford to waste another season of their aging stars. Sources close to both teams suggest that conversations, although preliminary, have been gaining momentum in recent weeks. Executives have been seen attending Gonsolin's rehabilitation games, carefully evaluating his progress and potential to return to the elite level he demonstrated in 2022. For Dodgers fans, the mix of emotions is complicated. Gonsolin won admirers with his unlikely journey to becoming an all-star. His unique style and reserved personality made him a favorite in Los Angeles. However, the city is accustomed to seeing talents come and go in the incessant pursuit of championships. For Yankees fans, the possibility brings renewed hope. After seasons of frustration with an inconsistent rotation, the idea of adding a pitcher with Gonsolin's ceiling represents exactly the kind of bold move the fan base has been demanding. Baseball, perhaps more than any other sport, is a game of constant adjustments. The teams that thrive are those willing to make difficult moves at the right time. This possible trade between league giants perfectly represents that eternal dynamic that makes the sport a continuous passion for millions around the world. Stay with us as this story develops. The future of Tony Gonsolin, and potentially the balance of power in MLB, might be about to change dramatically.